Pardon the noise in my background. Okay, so today, we didn't finish last week's class because I was not around, or because the class actually terminated. Um, do you remember where we stopped, Rebecca? Rebecca, Blaze, are you there? You guys remember where we
Okay,
stopped?
where you stopped was when you were explaining the design thinking process,
Um,
and you stopped
yes,
on explaining about prototype. So
yeah, this is okay. Yes, yeah, that's where I stopped. I can see it here. But did you understand what I was saying about prototyping?
you didn't get to explain it before the class was off. I know you were sketching, so I don't know what you were.
Uh, yeah, I understand.
But
I
you
remember.
said something about it. Yeah.
So I would like to use something as a relation for it because I feel giving you more of a direct feel of what it's supposed to look like would help it. That helped me better when I was learning product design, anyways. So trying to give you the same type of feel, I feel would go a long way. Um, let's use this Control C. Control V. So we have this. Yes, ma'am. Okay, no, look, I sent to you. Then send it. Like you knock out now. We have this. Thank you. So yeah, prototyping. Not looking at this. Let's look at just this, and let's remove everything here. If you remember last week, I was trying to explain that. Okay. I was trying to explain that when you want to, um, when you want, I'm coming. Give me a second. Let me admit somebody in. I want to be sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay. I want to change where I am. Okay, so we're talking about prototyping. Yeah, so in the design thinking process, after ideate follows closely the design process. So the design process might be a bit long because this is where you're actually converting the ideas that you had in your thoughts to graphical representation. And it's very important that you learn how to do some couple of things like wireframing, sketching before you even get to your prototypes. There are multiple flows you could go through just to give a graphical representation of the idea you're trying to pass on to people. If you start with using paper to sketch your designs and you sketch everything in full, and then you move it around trying to prototype to find how it's going to go. So I was teaching you wireframing. You would have an application, maybe you're trying to design a user login page. You're definitely going to have maybe something like this. You're going to have a box for them to put their information. You're going to have something like name. You're going to have email, password. This is for when you want to sign up. I don't know, is it making sense to anybody? The idea of wireframing is to give yourself a graphical representation of what it's going to look like before you design the higher fidelity. Um, People tend to call wireframes, they call them low fidelity, and they call this high fidelity. I don't know. I'm trying to explain it to you the way you would understand. But you guys understand what I'm saying about wireframing? Blaze, Rebecca, Kiki, anyone? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, I lost connection. Can you see my screen? Hope you guys can see my screen. Okay, yes, you can see my screen. Okay, so I was trying to explain what prototyping is, but I have to start with hello below. So I have to start with what wireframing is. Now, if this is what you wireframed and you have a button here, let's put text login, and maybe you give it a color red. And now you want to go from this page to this page. Clicking on this page should bring you right over to this page. So you have a prototype bar in Figma. I'm trying to keep it as well. I'm trying to show you how Figma works at the same time. I'm trying to explain prototyping and design. So a little icon will show at the side here when you click on prototype. If you were in design, it wouldn't show. But in prototype, it will show. So you could just link it to the next page. So you were to click on this button when I'm previewing this page. It will indirectly take you to the next page. That's how to prototype. But that wouldn't work. This is not how you get it done because this is not really something that you designed to follow each other. So let's go back to flow 2. Design thinking process. So that is the idea of prototyping and wireframing and sketching. It is the stage where you design, you create your wireframes, you create your high fidelity, and you prototype to present to your stakeholders. The next stage is the testing. The testing stage is actually like, have you guys ever done food testing for UAC before?
Have you what?
Have you done food testing for UAC before?
No.
No. Have you done test for anything before? Like they will bring a product to you for you to test, to give ratings and all that.
Yes.
So that's the idea. That's the exact. So who said yes, do? Console. So that's the idea behind testing, is taking what you've done to get feedback from the people you actually built it for. So say you built an application to order food, you're going to take it to the people that you know will order food, the large numbers of them. For them to test it out, you give them prompts on the user flows to follow in the application. I expect user flows last week. So they will follow your prompt to try to order food and all that. They will try to use their app whichever way they could, and you give them the freedom to test your app how they feel they should. And at the end of the day, they'll give you feedback on what's good, what's bad, what you need to work on. You'll be able to find the hotspots that they clicked on, things they used the most, things they didn't even go to. So you'll be able to strategize your research to maximize usability, because it doesn't just be that you designed for just anybody. You know the people you designed for, you have your target audience, and the users that gave you feedback are going to help you streamline your solution to be way better than you thought it was. Because design itself isn't really just about you, it's about the person you're building it for. You'll be able to identify the weaknesses, the strengths, and the areas you need to improve on based on the user experiences they had during the testing. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
All right. The next phase of the user design thinking process is definitely the implementing phase. So after you've done your research, after you've defined the problem, after you've thought about a solution, after you've built your solution, and after you've tested it, now you're going to implement everything you've taken in the five before um, processes, and you're going to implement them over again. And when you feel like this is like you've made every correction you need to make it perfect, the next thing you do is to iterate. Now, after you've implemented, you're going to go back and go and like try with a focus group or different users or user interviews, try to find insights more, what you could make better, what you could do better. As you've noticed, every application keeps coming with more updates now and then. That's because they keep coming back to find more things they could do to satisfy the user. That's the whole idea of iteration, doing something again and again and again. But instead of doing just one thing again and again, it involves you doing the whole thing from beginning again and again. That's the whole idea of iteration. You've done it now, you've done your research, you've ideated, you've defined, you've built it, then you've taken it to users to use. And then you're like, okay, so this is what we can do better, this is what we'd like to do more. Then you go back and do it again. You go back and do it again, you go back and do it again. You keep doing it till you keep doing it throughout the whole application process. You keep doing it. And that would be the end of design thinking. Design thinking encourages a user-centric, collaborative, and creative approach to problem solving. It promotes flexibility and adaptability, allowing teams to explore multiple perspectives and potential solutions before arriving at the final outcome. The nature of design thinking ensures that solutions are continually improved and refined based on real world experiences, because things in the world actually do change. People, user emotion changes over time, user journey changes over time. As you go on your app products, you would want to make the journeys they take shorter so that they will have easier satisfaction, so that they can get things done faster. Because we all know that laziness is the father of innovation. That's the whole idea. So design thinking encourages you to be more user-centric and to be collaborative. And the iterative nature of design thinking ensures that the solutions you provide continually improve. Do you guys have any question? Hello.
No, sir.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, great. So the next would be the design tools. So in my prompt, they asked me to teach you about Adobe XD. I want to tell you that Adobe XD doesn't exist again. Not that it doesn't, sha, but Adobe bought Figma, and if Adobe buys Figma, it is going to be obvious that Figma will become their number one prototyping tool and design tool. So XD has been phased out. People will not be able to have access to XD anymore because Figma is number one. And for Sketch is for Mac users. It's still not as strong as Figma, so I would like to introduce you to only Figma. You could try Sketch by going to multiple links on YouTube to learn it. You could try Adobe XD, but I don't think it's available anymore. But Figma is the most powerful prototyping design tool that you have at the moment. I don't know about the future, but they are far ahead of the two others, and that's why Adobe had to buy them. Um, Let us step right into Figma. So when you get to Figma, there are a couple of things you have to do. You have to open your account. You will have to register. You can download the application on your laptop directly, or you can have it on Google Chrome itself. You can use Figma on Google Chrome. It's like a plugin. But I would advise that you download the application directly. It's easier to use. It's something that you could just always drop down and open, and it's be working for you. So you get a Figma and you want to design. Let's just say today we would like just quickly design the lo-fi of a login page, and we will design the hi-fi of a login page. Let's step right into it. So right here up in the toolbar of Figma, you have Figma itself. If you want to edit anything, you want to ask for help, you want to open a new file, you want to edit, anything you want to do is right here. You have the pointer tool. Okay, so the pointer tool is for moving things. And under the pointer tool, you have a scale tool. It's for scaling things appropriately. Then you have your frame tool, which you'll be using to draw all your frames for the particular design you want to work on, particular product you want to build for. We can start with the 13 Pro Max. That's what frames are used for. You have your rectangle, it's for drawing shapes. Under rectangle, you have lines, you have arrow, you have ellipse, polygon, star, and place image or video. If you want to place image or video, you have your pen tool. This is for actually drawing funny objects that you normally wouldn't be able to get from a rectangle. You'll be able to change the color or feel anyhow you want to. Under the pen tool, you have your pencil. Be able to write anything you want to write. You have your text tool. That's for writing. And you have your comments. If you're collaborating or working on a project with a group of people, you have comments so that you could make comments on their work like, I need this to be bigger, and press enter. Whoever you tagged it to will be able to read it, and you could also add somebody's name, and they will receive the email of the correction you're trying to make. That's the whole idea of comments. So because we're only working on this together, you really don't need it. Escape. So let's delete all this. And for me to introduce you to the box on the right, your design box or your prototype box. Your prototype is for prototyping, and your design is for making changes to every single thing you want to do. There's more to Figma, but this is where you're going to start because it's a very, very big tool. There's a lot of things you could do with it. You could graphics design with it, you could prototype with it, you could brand design with it. Depends on what you want to use it for. And as I said, we will be wireframing for, and there's some hotkeys on Figma. If you press Alt, you can duplicate. If you press Shift and select, you can select multiple things and press Alt to duplicate. Um, if you want to resize something, you want to scale something appropriately, you press Shift and Alt at the same time. It is scale. Uh, Major users are the hotkeys. The others you will learn on the go. You can press K to scale. You can see that the scale icon changed. If you press V, it will change back to being a pointer. If you press L, you have a line. If you press R, you have a rectangle. Many. If you press C, you have a comment. But so far so good. Let us start with our wireframe for our login page. So normally we would have your battery and everything here at the top. Okay, before we even go on, I want to introduce you guys to one thing that is very important in your design stage. It's called your layout grid. Now, if you're a web developer, you know that every website has 12 grids, but for a phone, you could have
Please, can
four
you say
of.
that again?
If you're a web developer, every web page has 12 column grids. Let me open a desktop listing for you. So let's put this here. As a web developer, Sean, it has 12 grids. Your layout grids, you click on here and you have columns. It always comes in count of 12. And it is standard at times. There's a lot of times you will see the standard of web page, you see space on the left and space on the right and everything in the middle here. This is what they use for aligning them. They call them layout grids. Web pages have them, phones also have them. It could be any size. You could see Jumia that takes up just the middle. You could see Facebook that expands a little more. Um, any web page you see, Sha. You could see Behance or Dribble that takes the whole page. And let's come back to our phone. So for phones, you have a layout grid of four columns. There's a four grid system. You can read about it. You have the four grid system. You can read about it. It's not here, but most margins for phones we always do 16. So you put 16 on each side of your layout so that you could be able to design appropriately and everything will be aligned. If you don't design with layouts, it's going to be very difficult for you to align everything. And to put on or put off your layouts, there's an eye icon here. You can always put it off and you can always put it back on. Or you can press Ctrl, say Ctrl G. You can press Shift G, it will go off, or Shift plus G and it will come on. But if you're using a MacBook, it's probably Command plus G. So now we're going to work with our layout because it's to help us a long way. To So we're going to be using rectangles to wireframe. At the top of every iPhone, what do you always see, Rebecca? So is anybody there? Coinsola, at the top of every iPhone that you see, what do you always see?
Can you say that again?
At the top of every iPhone, what do you always see?
Every iPhone. It's not like it. I don't know. This is that I don't know. I don't. I don't know how to put it. There's this dash that's at the top. I don't know if I'm right, but iPhones that I've seen, there's there's this or like dots. That I don't know if I'm right. Somebody please say something. The silence is making me feel I'm saying rubbish.
Okay, so Temitayo, what about you? Could you help out?
Yes, please.
Kiki.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's the interface, their designs are unique. I don't know.
yeah.
Wait.
So if you look at the
Uh,
top of every iPhone, yeah, what you would see is the battery on the right hand side and time on the left hand side and network just right beside it. That's all I was asking for. Do you do you
Okay, yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah, that's true. There's all this Android, yeah, yeah, the icons.
Exactly my point. So that's what you would see at the top of every. You're already going. At the top of every iPhone. So now, I want to ask you guys, what else do you notice in a login page? We're thinking through the process of what a login page should look like. I want to ask you guys, what else do you see in a login page? Kiki, Rebecca,
Sign up.
sign up here. So let's put it. A lot of times, actually, you would see you see something like a logo here in the middle. A lot of times, you will see logo.
Yes, showing their brand or something.
Yeah, so to explain that this is the brand they're working with. I want to introduce you guys to something. I'm introducing you small to everything one by one. They are called plugins. To get plugins, you have to search on what you want the plugins to do. But the major ones you will start with are on Splash, Iconify. These things are not making sense, but I was just supposed to introduce you to Figma, not teach you every single thing about Figma. But you want to search for plugins, you come here, sorry, wrong place. Then you come to explore community down here on the left bottom side of your screen. There's an explore community just right there. And then you come to the community. In the Figma community, you have design systems, you have visual, anything you want to build has probably already been built before. But it will be built the way you have it in your mind. And you find drawings, you find design systems, you find brand guides, you find um design templates that you could always edit to be yours. Do you get? So let's say you want to just explore one of these things that you see down here. If you click on it, it's going to open this way and you can open in Figma. We'll come back to that. But in the community, whatever you're searching for, You can just search for it here. If you search for, let's say, laundry application, you'll see multiple laundry applications that will pop up. If you want to search for a plugin, you go back, and for your plugin, you search for, let's say, Iconify. If you search for Iconify, you will see all files and templates, plugins, widgets, and creators. So you click on plugins, you see the Iconify plugin, and then you click on try it out. A new page will open for Iconify. It's loading, but let me show you this page. Now, this is what it will look like when you try to launch the plugin. And all you have to do is run it. I already have the plugin, so it wouldn't work for me. But this is what it look like. It's for you to look for any icon you're trying to look for, be it logo. You could always just drag it and drop, and it will come onto your Figma file. That's how Iconify works. That's how all the plugins work. And for the laundry application, you could just open somebody else's own and look through what they've done. And this is actually not a laundry application. This is a medical application. But people put their case studies on Figma so that people could explore and draw inspiration from. But let's close this. It's not our work. But I want to take the login page. Okay, now this is the onboarding page, and this is the login page. Let's take this. Mm, okay. So, so, so. So you could, okay, so I might probably have not mentioned this to anybody, but it's very important that in your design thinking, your design building phase, if you're just starting out with Figma, I would I would tell anybody that there's nothing wrong with copying when you're just starting. In fact, copy as much as you want when you're starting so that you could build your design, you could build how to design very well properly, because the person that already built what you're copying is a professional. So as you're copying the person, you're getting better because you're learning the ropes. So now if you have your logo here, what is the next thing you will see after your logo? Somebody said login. That's fine. I'm going to copy what they did there just to show you how it's done. So now you can always come here to edit the size of the text. Let's make it 20 so that people could still see it. Or let's make it 24. Yeah, that will be fine. Then you can always centralize it. Fine. So you have your sign in. Are you guys here? Can I hear from somebody?
Yes.
All right. So the next
Yeah.
thing is maybe you have email, and then under email you would always have a box that they want you to fill. That you put your email, but it can't be this big. Um, and after email, what else would you have?
Or continue as something.
After email,
Password.
password. You would have password.
Without password.
After password, what would you have?
I mean, sometimes it depends on, there are sometimes that they are like small, this thing down that you can either sign in with Google or stuff like that.
Thank you. It
Down
depends on.
there.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to build it yourself.
That's what I'm trying to say. Because not all.
Yeah, you're correct. You're very right. So not everybody is going to follow the format of email password and sign in directly. But then industry standard does dictate that you give them the option to sign in first before you give them the options to sign in through other sources. Except that particular application doesn't really do two-factor authentication, so they can just get here and just sign in with Google. The option will always be here so that you have both the options to log in and to log in by email and password or to log in by another account. But if you are going to sign in directly after writing emails, you have to give them the action key to follow immediately as it should be. And you can give it a color. You can, because you're still wireframing, you don't need to give it all the nice colors that are supposed to. So let's just give it, let's not give the text, let's fill it. If you want to fill something, you click on the plus here and you can fill it, but you have to change the color. But let's use blue because that's the color we're all more accustomed to. And then for contrast, visibility sake, you can make this white. But since this is not the hi-fi, I would say you should still keep it as gray and follow what you started. We're putting edges, so now you said something about what about forgot password? What do you guys think about forgot password?
Yes, that's true.
I think that will be, oh yeah, that's true. Like in the login page.
Okay. And there's also the do not have an account. Am I correct?
Then an option to sign up.
Or sign
Yeah.
in. Do you guys get?
Yes.
So let's make this smaller because it's supposed to be small. In fact, a lot of times you will see forgot password here so that they will be able to immediately say, okay, I forgot my password. Or,
How about the sign up?
it will be here. Most times it will be highlighted as another color so that they will be able to notice it. Like hyperlinks, stuff like that. Because it's actually an hyperlink. It's going to take them somewhere else. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. So now you said something about them not giving them options to sign in with multiple sources like um
Phone number and then
okay, then phone number is another one on its own. So a lot of times you would have a way to log in by another platform, something like Google, Yahoo, Facebook, something relating to that. Sha. Are you guys familiar with it?
Yes.
Gmail.
So yeah, that's your login page. That's basically the wireframe of your login page. But if you're going to make the iFi of your login page, you're going to have to use multiple resources from different places. Now, I told you that you could copy. an account, you could copy somebody else's design. Do not make it your own and go and be posting it, but you could copy it in the sense that you use it as a guide for your design, for inspiration, for help. Since you're just starting out, I don't expect you to like already know how to design everything at your first get go. Because you do not even know the design principles. If I was to ask you guys now, do you know hierarchy, contrast, comprehension, content? Are you guys familiar with those terms?
You literally just said we don't know it.
I'm asking now. You could be familiar with it.
No, I'm not.
Okay, fair enough. So sometimes you probably wouldn't know it yet. And you guys could probably shock me and know it already. So you would go through learning how to design on its own. You need to learn like the nitty gritty of design, how to design for the user in mind. But you can also learn all that while you're already designing. You don't have to go and be doing graphic design just so that you can learn this on its own. Do you understand? So I thought with every phone you see this. Am I correct? You see the battery, the Wi-Fi, the LTE,
Yes.
and the time. Now I want you to add your layout, the grid layout that you give to this. Do it for this too. There's a shortcut. You can make the layout a component shift G. Then you come to where the layout is. This the layout is not sure, you know. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. The layer here. You could click on this, you could add it to your style and give it grid one. So when you come to this other page, you could just come back to here, click on this and add it. Then it will start working for this also. Do you guys see what I just did? There will be a video that I'm making this a video, so when I upload it, you'll be able to see it. Um, to be fast, I think we have 3 more minutes before this class ends. So let's start. Let's convert this to our Wi-Fi. I'm going to be really fast about it. So we're going to use something called brand fetch. Can you see brand fetch? See it here. So we're going to like, we said the first one will be Google. So let's bring Google in there.
So I just want to ask the class, the time. I hope you are seeing the timer.
Yeah,
Okay, so once this class ends, is there a way we're going to join another or till the
yeah.
next class?
I sent 2 links actually.
Can you please let everybody know? Unlike the last time that we had to wait.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Everybody, there is a link on the group chat to join for another class. It is I think let me send it here so that you could just copy it directly. Copy link. It's in the chat box. Okay, I think this class is going to end in how many minutes? Okay, Bello, you raise up your hand. Bello.
Oh, no, no, no.
sent a link here. So in case you want to, in case the class like ends, please join the next. Join the link I sent you so that you could, get into the next class. I want to close up this right now so that we could go on to the topic for today, and I'll move really fast so that we'll catch up. Is everybody here though? Does everybody understand everything I've been teaching since I've just been rambling to myself? Tell me now, cause you're the reason why I'm here. Please
I
tell
didn't
me.
hear anything
You didn't hear anything
Yeah,
when?
from the beginning of the class.
From the beginning of the class.
Yes.
Sorry, who didn't hear anything?
Rebecca.
Rebecca,
Yes.
till now,
Yes.
I'm lost.
Okay, I was just joking.
Ah, thank God. I'm absolutely lost. I'm like, hey, Jesus, what am I going to do at this point? Okay, let me ungroup this. Send me as a group. So basically, in converting to first and foremost, um, you guys are not familiar with Figma. So I want to just take a pause because maybe I've gone too fast in trying to build this low wireframe to the high wireframe. And I've been using tools and shortcuts that you're not familiar with. Do you guys understand everything I've done? And if I was to tell you to open Figma right now, could you attempt to do it? Everybody, nobody, somebody, anybody.
you said could we attempt, and we could attempt.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to do you the favor of sending you links on the group chat to YouTube videos you could watch. I'm sure Figma is a really super easy tool to learn. If you say you want to learn Figma in 1 week, you can. I'm not even going to cap you. It's just the amount of things you can use Figma for are so plenty. There are a lot, and you can't learn everything so fast because you need to keep doing something over and over to get a hang of it. But I tell you honestly, if you start using Figma today, between now and Friday, you can do what I'm doing. You can do everything I'm doing right now. Maybe not at the same level, but you can do it. And I'm telling you because that's how I learned Figma. Although I had a very terrible steep curve in learning Figma, somebody helped me. Yeah, and that really helped me along way. And then I went myself to YouTube to discover different ways to do different things on Figma. And I've designed a whole lot of things, and I am where I am today. I'm not where sharp, but I'm not where I started. Let's put it like that. I'm not where I started. I'm not at Google yet, but I'm not where I started. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. But if there's anything you want to learn on Figma, you could always you could always just chat me up. And if you want it to be outside MLSA, you want to text me outside MLSA, you could just reach out to me. You could go on the call, and I would show you anything you want to when you want to learn on Figma, in design, in UX thinking. I'm here for you basically. That's what I'm trying to pass across. But if what I've taught you till now you did not understand, please and please drag me back and tell me. Drag me. That's why I'm here. I'm here to teach you. So if we are going on to like creating our wireframes, let's start from the top. I think I started from the bottom, and I shouldn't have done that. So now starting from the top, yeah. The first thing is the logo. So what logo? Let's just use any logo. Let's use any logo maker. Let's use this. Just just because. Let's put it where we put our logo before. And then this signing you can just copy it back. Bah. So now these two, just copy them and bring them here. But now we are going to be doing some things to them that are going to be different from what you saw before. How many minutes more do we have for this class? It's not showing me anymore. I'm coming. Okay, we have 8 minutes. I should be done in 8 minutes so that we can start the next 1 hour. So now we are going to try to change this text field to something else. Let's put this off. This text field is a rectangle right now. There is something I need to teach you guys, and it's called auto layout. Auto layout is a framing tool. It helps you to create frames that you require in your design. It helps you put things together, group things in appropriate dimensions. It just makes your life easier totally in Figma. So now, to auto layout, you just press Shift A. You can see that the box around it has changed. You could always now align it to your grid. And you can come here in the toolbar on the right hand side where you have horizontal gap between items, horizontal padding, and vertical padding. You go add to your vertical padding to make it, if you make it 15, it becomes bigger. If you add to your horizontal padding, it would, and maybe you put like 40, it will become longer. You could go into this place and pick where you want your content to be. If you want it to be left aligned, your content will become left aligned. If you want to be right aligned, your content will become right aligned. I don't know how to, but it's not going to show right now because we are still putting our content in the center. If you come here and make this 10 and you elongate this, you will notice that our content is now left aligned because if you added anything into, if you add anything like, let's say, password into your auto layout, it's a left align because that's what you wanted it to be. And you could actually still put space in between these two, but it wouldn't show like this. But when you start using auto layout, you would notice. Now, this is an auto layout, and we can make the font inside this even smaller just so that people could notice what you want them to do. Now, normally you would always tell somebody something Eniola at gmail.com. Now you can remove this and take this and bring it here. Now let's style this. Let's make this beautiful. Let's come to fill. We'll fill it with white. Stroke. What stroke is this thing that you add around an object? We change the color to a light shade of gray or a light shade of blue. Let's use blue. Let's use blue so that it's noticeable. To a light shade of blue. Hmm. Thank you. We can add what can we add to it? We can add to our edges and make it very nice to see. Make it 8. We can reduce our text inside even more so that it wouldn't be um so noticeable that everybody will be looking at me like, what's this? It could be light. We could increase this, increase our spacing. Design is all about perception. You keep doing what you feel would make it better. Let's make it 25. Okay, 25 is too big. Keep testing. Make it 20. There's an industry standard though. I'm just trying to show you something. Supposed to make it 16. And that should be enough. And the same goes for password. Let's see, you put star 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 star. That's the whole idea. Now you could even make it still better in the sense that you could add something like drop shadow. You want to make something show under, like something is there. You want to make it like, you want to give it like a 3D effect. You add a drop shadow. Can you see this dark thing that came under? This is a drop shadow. So if you go to it, you can edit your drop shadow to be even lighter and give it that 3D effect. You can move the x-axis and make it go to the right or go to the left when it's on minus. You can use y also, bring it down or take it up. You're very familiar with the Cartesian plane. You could blur it out and you could reduce the opacity for people to not notice it, for people to notice it. As I said, perception. So let's make this 20 and let's increase our blur or let's reduce our blur. So these are blur. You just keep doing it till you find the one that fits best to your eye. But again, there are other things you could search that will give you like um so let's work with this. Let's work with this. Can you guys see the drop shadow behind this button? Giving it like a 3D effect, like the button is floating.
Yeah.
You can see it
Yes.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you could come here. I taught you guys something about making something reusable. If you clicked on this and you come to the effects, if you click on this and you press add to create style, you can give it a name. Shadow one. How you name things is up to you. Whatever the way you want to name it is fine. When you click on this, you could come down to effects again and you can add a shadow. Click on this and use the same shadow and it's represented again. Do you guys understand? For things like this, you can just come and change the color straight up. Just once you bring it here, elongate it so that it's the same length, and then you just come and change the color to blue. There are better colors of blue you can use though. You can even change the signing color here to blue if you want to. And then in your coloring this thing, you have a beaker, this thing. So you can just come here and pick a color. Any color you would like that color to be. Just click on it and the color will change. So let's just stick to our blue. Maybe. Then now, this you don't even need to copy anything. This has already been done well in our wireframe. Nice. Then now we talked about adding the feature that allows people to log in using other sources. I just drew a line there. I didn't do anything special. Though. I used the command L and I clicked on somewhere and I dragged. That's all I did. And now you can now add your multiple login options under it. Let's say you have a plugin and you're using maybe brand fetch. Let's use the plugin brand fetch. Hello coin.
Hello.
What point did the connection cut off? Welcome, Rebecca. All right, guys. I'm guessing you can hear me, so let's go on. So the last part to be able giving them the feature to be able to log in using multiple options like their Google. So you can just drag Google in here and resize it. Let's give them maybe Yahoo, and let's give them maybe Facebook. Just like that, we have built a login page of an application. Come, anyways, let's make three of them frames. Um, oh, that's it. Do you guys see the difference between the lo-fi and the hi-fi? Hi guys here. Hello guys.
Yeah, hello.
Rebecca, I said please done. Rebecca, hello Jappy. Do you understand?
I'm with you, sir.
Alright. Rebecca, what about you? Okay, let's go on. So that's my introduction for you guys to Figma. That's my intro for you to Figma. Like that is how Figma works. There's a lot of things you could do with Figma. You just have to go on Figma yourself and draw inspiration from multiple places like Dribble, like Behance, um Google go sef you find inspiration. You have anything in mind that you want to build, you have any application you want to work on, take your time, go to YouTube, learn how to use Figma, go to Figma's page itself. You find tutorials on how to use Figma there. Go through it, go with it, and take your time to learn it. Don't rush. Take your time. In due time, you will keep growing in how to use the application, and you will just get better. That is Figma for you. Coinsola, you raised up your hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it compulsory for you to create a lo-fi and hi-fi?
Sometimes it's not compulsory. The last company I worked, I did not even create lo-fi once. I went straight to the hi-fi. I was just designing the hi-fis directly. There was no need to go to the lo-fi. Sometimes, if you're doing proper research and you're going through the whole design thinking process, it is important that you do your wireframing because you're thinking about what you're going to do. You don't know what you're going to do yet. But then, if you're not going to do proper research, you're not going to, go through all that. You can just start your hi-fi straight up. You don't have to always draw or sketch. You can start because it seems like it is a lot of stress. It is. It's a lot of stress. You can start with your hi-fi straight up. But I wouldn't advise it when you're just starting out because you have to build your case study, you have to build your portfolio. I would say you need to start right now with your case studies. You have to start with your wireframing and your lo-fis.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. So now that is that would be all. See you today actually because we missed last class because of connection problems. So I would like to introduce. I know that we're already tired, yeah. So I don't know. I want to ask you this: do you want to continue right now, or you rather continue next? You rather continue on Wednesday? I think the classes are now for Wednesday. Do you want to continue right now, or you would like to continue on Wednesday? Hello, guys.
I'd like to continue on Wednesday, like to
All right.
digest everything you just said.
Okay. So who else? Rebecca. What about you,
Does
Bello?
continuing today stop us from having class on Wednesday?
Eh?
Does continuing class today stop us from having one on Wednesday?
No, it doesn't. You're still gonna have Wednesday's class.
Let's just wait till Wednesday.
All right. What about Bello?
Same here.
Alright, then I guess I'll see you guys on Wednesday. But Wednesday's class is going to be a hell of a lot though. Because, don't worry, I'll shorten it. I'll try to be more concise and direct with my explanations for Wednesday. Alright, guys, if you have any question, anything you want to know, anything you want to ask, resources, anything, please ask me now. I'll be dropping resources little by little on the group chat. But I'm serious, when I start dropping resources, there's a possibility that you'll be overwhelmed.
How about bit by bit?
What do you say?
How about bit by bit? Like not once, but maybe every class day we get resources.
Alright, so I've shared one resource on the group chat right now. It's the Google Design UX course that I took about 2 years ago. You could try it. It took me 7 months, but it could take you shorter. I sent the YouTube link, but I wouldn't mind if you could go to Coursera and if you can pay. If you cannot pay, you can apply for financial aid. That's fine. But you can also learn it on YouTube, nonetheless. I've shared it to you on the Slack channel. You could go through it. It's one long. Oh my god, the course was long. It was hella long. It was really really long. But I like I have faith that if you really want to do it, you will do it. And I just have faith that if you really want to do it, you will do it. So really, thank you guys for attending class today. If you have any questions, you can message me on Slack. If you want personal tutoring, that's fine. You could always have super classes or meet one on ones. If you need help, I'm here for you. But that will be the end of today's class. It was nice having you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And yeah, the recording for today's class here is available. I'm going to stop recording now and send it.